Dr. Suman Khanna Agarwal, Professor DU, founder and president of Shanti Sayog, a Gandhian NGO, to present her topic today. Over to you, ma'am.
By thanking Jack's Foundation for giving me this opportunity of having a sharing with you on a very important topic, because psychology is very important, especially in these days of COVID-19, when we're in lockdowns and in isolation and people are facing a lot of problems. And I think conflict is one of them. So I'm really honored to be speaking on conflict today. And let me just, the next thing on your screen is about what is conflict. Here I want you all to take a moment. I think all of us have conflict in our lives. Very small things. You have a conflict with your husband or your sister, brother, son, daughter, could be colleague, could be head of department, wherever, but there is definitely conflict. So what is conflict? I think if you can be clear about that today, I think it will go a long way to understanding how to resolve it. So next is, let me give you some familiar scenarios of conflict. The first one is, if you can please all read, it is a mother to her teenage daughter. I think it's very familiar to most of us who are mothers here. I am one. Please clean your room. It's very untidy and chaotic. Moreover, Uma, auntie and Rajesh uncle are visiting and staying with us this weekend. What will they think? So the daughter retorts, my room is clean. If you see it as dirty, it's your problem. There is an order in my chaos. I have a place for everything and everything in its place. I don't care what people think and say. This is my space and I can find things when I need them. So here, this is one scenario I think we're familiar with. Another one is one British citizen to another. Brexit is the best thing that can happen to us. The national economy will benefit tremendously. The second citizen says, no, Brexit is disastrous. Britain will go downhill and never recover after alienating itself from the EU. Now, another scenario I want to share with you. So this is another very familiar scenario for people who are married. So the wife is telling her husband, my school friend Simi and her husband Gopal are in town and on their annual visit from California. I would like to invite them over for dinner this coming weekend. What would you prefer, Saturday or Sunday? Those are husband's typical answer. I don't know why you have to invite them on the weekend, especially since Gopal is so boring and Simi is so upper self. She has a real superiority complex. Why don't you invite them for lunch with you next week without dragging me into it and spoiling the weekend? Now, this is for you to reflect. What do these above scenarios have in common? They all represent conflict situations. You can see they're all conflict situations. I hope I'm clear till here. Can I go on?
Yes, ma'am. You can continue.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, the question is that why do we have these conflict situations? What is conflict? Why do we have this? Now, the answer is that what is conflict? Conflict is basically disagreement. It's basically a difference of opinion. My way, your way. Somebody says yes, the other person says no. It's a clash of interest. I want you to please understand all this. What is conflict? Conflict is basically a disagreement or a difference of opinion or a clash of interests. Now, the next would be to find out what causes difference of opinion. What causes, if we can understand. So obviously, likely answers are that we have different beliefs, or we have different values, we have different interests, or mindsets, or attitudes, or upbringing, or ways of thinking. So that is why we have a difference of opinion. You and I think, you and I, or two people do not think alike. Now, the next slide tells you, but the above is not the root cause. A deeper reflection shows you that all the above stem from one primary cause, and that is that we are all different. We are all and will always be individuals or separate centers of thought, beliefs, values, mindsets, attitudes, and upbringing. We are all different. We are different. I mean, my sister and I have the same upbringing, but we have conflict. Maybe we have the same values, my husband and I, but still we have conflict. So difference of opinion. This is because we are individuals. I hope that everybody here who are into psychology will understand this. It's a very, very important key note of my presentation, that the conflict is a difference of opinion. And it is because we are different individuals. And I don't think a time is going to come when all of us are going to be thinking alike. We will always be different, unique individuals, and therefore conflict is inevitable. Conflict will always be there. Conflict is natural because we are all different. And of course, Gandhi, there's a quotation by him: the truth that we see it is relative, many-sided, plural, and is the whole truth for a given time. And the truth also changes according to our perspective. When I was a teenager, going to a discotheque was a big, very big truth for me. Today it isn't. So truth is also evolving, it's relative. And of course, we are all individuals, we all have our, so conflict is very inevitable and natural. And the next slide tells you, again, I'm reiterating, conflict is, there will always be conflict. There will always be conflict because we are different individuals. And for conflict is something very natural. You don't have to be scared of it. It's as natural as breathing. So this is what I want to come to, that is conflict negative or positive? Yeah. Now, what gives color to conflict? How is it negative or is it positive? Let me just go back to one slide. I think we missed out this slide here. Yeah, so I just wanted to add here that the problem is not conflict, but the problem is, hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
So the conflict, the problem is not, and you know, we also ask, is conflict negative or positive? So it's, let me just go on to this, yeah. So what gives color to conflict? What makes conflict negative or positive? So conflict is not the problem. What is the problem? Conflict resolution. So I think this is very important to understand as psychology students. We should not look at any conflict as a problem. There will always be conflict in our personal lives, in our professional lives, in our political lives. So problem is conflict resolution. And that means, how do you handle conflict? How do we deal with conflict? How do we transform conflict? That is the real problem, conflict resolution. And the next slide tells you that conflict is neutral. Conflict has no color. It is not neither negative nor positive. It is conflict resolution that gives, gives color to conflict. And of course, here the next slide makes this more clear. Yeah, that conflict is, yeah, I'm just sharing another slide with you. One sec. Yeah, so the conflict will always be there. And conflict resolution, if we choose violence, the conflict becomes negative. And if we choose non-violence, then the conflict becomes positive. Because conflict in itself, conflict resolution is what makes it negative or positive. Now the question arises that why should we use non-violence to resolve conflict? Here I give you Gandhi's answer, because Gandhi says that we must consciously choose non-violence to resolve conflict. And why does he say that? To work as a team, to live harmoniously with one another, and to make meaningful relationships, and for one's personal evolution. Obviously, if you're going to use violence to resolve conflict, you cannot work as a team. To live harmoniously, whether you want to live with your husband, wife, colleague, workspace, anywhere, if you use violence, you cannot live harmoniously with the other. There will always be conflict. How to resolve it non-violently is what we have to do. And also to make meaningful relationships. You can't have a meaningful relationship unless you use non-violence. I mean, if you have a conflict with your mother, you don't go and just kill her. You have to work out a compromise or whatever. And also for your personal evolution. When you use violence, you're not evolving, because the whole goal of human life is to be able to evolve, is to be able to become a better human being. what is moksha or salvation all about? Moksha or salvation is not something you get after you die. It is something you have in this life. You can be on your way to moksha or salvation just by becoming a better human being, a better teacher or student or mother, father, wife, husband, whatever. So that is, and of course, if you use non-violence, it helps you to evolve. So Gandhi's approach to conflict resolution is based on the principle of truth and non-violence. And if you go to many texts in Jain theory, I think you may have heard of Anekantavada. I also have a bibliography at the end of this PPT, and which they can share with you later on, Mohini can. So Anekavanta Jain theory is that every object you can see from a different point of view. Depends from where you're looking at it. So the objective itself does not change. It is your perspective. So when you change your perspective, things change. Reality changes. There's no such thing as a fixed reality or a fixed conflict. The way you handle it, the way you listen to the other person's point of view is what matters. Then you also have Styadavad. That is, again, you know, the relativity of judgment. I think since I'm a professor of philosophy, I've shared this with you. Then also the doctrine of sevenfold judgment, that how the same thing, the way you look at it can change. Then you also have, this is a very famous saying from the Buddhism, where you know that there were 7 blind men, and they were told that feel an elephant and tell us what the elephant looks like. So the person who felt the trunk said it's like the trunk. Who felt the leg said it's like the leg. Who felt the eye said it's small. So who felt a tusk said it is something made of bone. So these are limited experiences. This depends on how you look at it. So in a conflict situation, you have to understand how the other person is looking at it. And therefore, Gandhi talks about the beauty of compromise. And I'd like to quote Gandhi here, where he says that normally people think that compromise is a dirty word. It isn't. Compromise simply means that your truth and my truth meet, and from where we go on to another truth. So what I wanted to just share with you in this brief time that I have with you, and I can take questions now, and that is simply how conflict is not the problem. Conflict it will always be there. It is something very natural. You know, you go shopping, your mother likes one sari, you like another, your sister likes another. It's okay. You just have different points of view, and you're all right. There's no such thing as right and wrong. So it's just a difference of opinion. And the moment we can look at it, and so how do you handle that difference of opinion? Let's say if it is your wedding and that you have to choose the sari, then obviously you can get priority on choosing it, even if your mother and sister don't like it. So I think that is how I'm just giving you a very simple, solution here. Or let me say, like, I can take even another personal example. I think the rest is all the bibliography and which can be shared with you. I think I can stop the PPT now, and go back to the screen and just talk to you people. So stop sharing. I think am I still there with you? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you're visible, clearly and audible too.
Okay, good. So all I want to say now is that it's very important to, if you once understand that conflict is not the problem. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but normally people generally, even politicians, housewives, everyone, we all think that conflict is the problem. It isn't. It's a very natural thing. Even, for example, when I got married, my husband, he loves vanilla ice cream. I don't like vanilla, I like chocolate. So now, what do you do? I'm giving you a very small example, So we made a compromise. When we had to bring ice cream home, we brought 2 bricks, one vanilla, one chocolate. So the conflict is over. Or like, let me give you another example. Let's say that Mohini says that, look, all the participants, I'm going to treat you all to milkshake at the end. But it has to be one flavor. Now, a lot of people will say, I want chocolate. Another one will say, I want vanilla, strawberry, pineapple. So here you have a conflict situation. Or Mohini says, we're going for a picnic. Kahan jaye? There'll be so many views. So I mean, I'm just taking these small examples, but this is how we have to look at conflict. Even between India and Pakistan, okay, it's a conflict situation, that's fine. How do you resolve? Conflict is not the problem. The moment we realize that, our understanding changes from the objective to the subjective. Then we start realizing that the problem is us, how we are going to transform the conflict. How are we going to handle it? How are we going to work on it? So I think the moment you have this psychological shift from the objective to the subjective, and you start thinking in terms of that it is your viewpoint. It's in your hands to deal with conflict and make it positive. It's in with your hands. And of course, I can go on and on because there is something called non-violent communication, which we teach. It is called the giraffe language. And I don't know, have you ever heard of the giraffe language? Anybody? Hello?
No.
Let me just take just a minute to clarify this. What is the giraffe language? Let me take an example because this is very important to understand how the conflict resolution, which depends on us, our psychology, that is the problem, not the objective conflict as such. Let's say that there is a scenario. It's a very familiar scenario. How to speak non-violently. There are two ways of speaking. Is the giraffe language is the non-violent language, and the wolf language is the violent. Let me give you an example to make myself clear. Let's say that whenever you have a meeting, Mohini, and one person is always coming late. Let's call that person Rahul. So Rahul is always, I'm just taking an example. Rahul is always coming late. If you are speaking wolf or violent language, what will you say? Rahul, it's so irritating. You are always late. You're always late. And then we can't start the meeting on time. It's so irritating. We can't go back home on time. So that is So this is the way the normally people talk. Now, how would you become conscious and talk? The giraffe language, you would say, Rahul, you have to make a statement of fact. That's number one. Number one. So you will say, Rahul, whenever we've had our meetings, you have not been able to come on time. So now you're stating a fact. You're not saying you're always late. You're saying whenever we've had our meetings, you have not been able to come on time. So that's number one. Number two, you have to make yourself vulnerable. And by vulnerability, I mean, you will have to say that, look, when we can't start on time, I have to pick up my daughter from school. I can't, I miss that. And then my metro leaves or I'm stuck in traffic. So you tell your weakness, your vulnerability. And number three, there's a request in the giraffe language that please help us. So please, Rahul, do you mind, please, if you can come for the next meeting? So this can be applied to many other scenarios. It can also be applied to a husband and wife scenario. I think I'll just share this with you and then I'll stop to take questions because I think I've made my point. Now let's take, there's a husband and wife. It's a very common scenario I'm taking. There is a function in the wife's house. She's the only daughter. So she talks to her husband in the morning and she says that, very well ki mummy, papa akele hote hain. And of course, sara intizam to ho jata hai, but they always want me around. And if you are there also, it gives them moral support. So please, can you take a half a day off? I'll go in the morning. But if you come, let's say 4 or 5 hours before the function, intizam to hoga, lekin unko bada acha lagega and it will be a very big relief for them. Now, this is one way of, asking him. Now, how does he reply? And I'll just also tell you that either Rahul can say or your husband can say, no, I'm not going to come. Your mother is so bossy. She's, she's in any case very dominating and doesn't listen to me. What is the point if I come and all? Now, how will you retort? In the wolf language, you'll say, of course, even your mother is like that. I also put up with so much. Your sister is like that. I have to take her to the hospital. I do so much for your family. But instead of that, if you want to use the giraffe language, you can simply say that I understand my mother is dominating. I know that she is very difficult to get along with, but she is my mother. I cannot leave her just like you can't leave your mother. So that is why I'm requesting you, please come. So this is just an example I wanted to share with you. So I hope I've made, this is the point I wanted to make clear, that please, that how conflict resolution or handling the problem, that is what is up to us. Depends on the individuals. It's nothing objective. So let us not be scared of conflict. It's only about how to use non-violence. And today, of course, is not the time to tell you what is non-violence or why should we apply it. So Mohini, should we take some questions if you want?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your sweet and pleasant words, and make our Gandhian philosophical journey of conflict resolution. Now the thing is open to audience. Any question from the audience? Please type in chat box, or you may unmute and speak too.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have a question.
Yeah, how can we express conflict in a positive way? Was it that one?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is how to stop a discussion going. मतलब how to stop कि discussion एक conflict बन जाए.
Honey, actually a discussion conflict तभी बनेगी when जैसे मैंने आपको non-violent communication का उदाहरण दिया, that it depends on, after all, depends on who you're having the discussion with. If it is your husband, or if it is your, सब्जी वाले के साथ हो रही है कि आपके husband के साथ, son के साथ, daughter के साथ, अगर ऐसा कोई रिश्ता है जहां वो निभाना ही है, so then you have to understand that you have to look at things from the other person's point of view. So the moment you look, you have to give me आप मुझे concrete situation दीजिए, then I can tell you कि कैसे escalate ना हो. आप बताइए.
Like ma'am, yesterday I wanted to eat pizza, but when I asked my mother for pizza, she said कि no, it's Corona time, you cannot eat pizza. So I asked her कि it's been 3-4 months I haven't eaten anything junk food, so please I want to eat today. But she just scolded me and it became a conflict. I just asked.
Yeah, so
then afterwards I felt bad.
How old are you?
Ma'am, I am 20 years old.
You're 20 years, okay. Don't worry. One day you will also have kids. Well, I have 2 daughters. They're all grown up. So there are 2 things here, at least in मेरी family में rule था कि अगर खाना बना हुआ है तो तब तो कोविड नहीं होता था. Then you can't ask for a pizza. हाँ, जिस दिन पिज्जा खाना उस दिन खाना नहीं बनेगा, जरूर पिज्जा खाओ. खैर वो अलग बात होगी. अब यहाँ पे जो बात है आप खुद सोचो कि your mother should have appealed to you. I think maybe your mother should not have scolded you. She should have said, अच्छा ठीक है, मंगवा लेते. If I was your mother, I would say, ठीक है, तुम मंगवा लो, हम सभी खाएंगे. मालूम नहीं जो देने आएगा अगर उसके हाथ गंदे रहे, कुछ और हुआ तो आप चाहती हो फिर हम सब, मुझे भी हो जाएगा. मुझे तो जल्दी होगा because I am 60+. आप तो 20 की हो. तो शायद उनको ये बात कहनी चाहिए थी instead of scolding. Because और ये भी कहती कि हाँ यार, fully understand कितना मुश्किल है. और खैर मैं अगर उनकी जगह होती तो मैं ये भी कह देती कि मैं कल पिज्जा घर में बना दूंगी. And we also have a pizza maker, but you can make pizza at home, by the way. बेस ला के सब कुछ करके you can make. तो कोई जरूरत, हाँ, ये यहाँ पे गलत ये हुआ कि उन्होंने आपको स्कोल्ड किया. अगर वो स्कोल्ड ना करके आपको, मैं अब बता रही हूँ आपको कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, कि how to this thing. She should have not scolded you and just appealed to you, to your compassion. कि भाई ऐसा है, मैं समझती हूँ, मेरा तो खुद मन कर रहा है पिज्जा खाने को, मेरा तो खुद मन कर रहा है गोलगप्पे खाने को, बट क्या करें, मैं तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं खा सकती बिकॉज मैं 60+ हूँ. और मैं नहीं इसलिए खाने दे रही. ये नहीं है कि पिज्जा ना खाओ. आप ही बताओ, तो अगर घर में कोविड घुस आया पिज्जा के थ्रू, ऐसे हुए हैं केसेस, तो अच्छा होगा. और कहती हो तो मैं कल बना भी देती हूँ. तो हाँ, शी शुड हैव. अब देखिए आप यहाँ पे, कैन यू सी एम्पैथी. सबसे पहले आप एक्नॉलेज करो कि दूसरे, शी हैज टू पुट, you have to put yourself in the other person's shoes कि वो बंदा ऐसा क्यों कह रहा है. कोई कारण होगा तो अगर वो आपकी जगह रह के कहती तो पहले अगर वो ये कह देती, हाँ मैं बिल्कुल समझ रही हूँ कि वो कह रही है, मेरा तो खुद मन कर रहा है, तो बताओ ना कैसे करें. सो इन दिस am I clear?
Yes,
आप
ma'am.
समझ गए?
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
answered your question?
Yes, ma'am.
जी,
You have
तो
answered.
empathy बहुत जरूरी है. आपको ना दूसरे बंदे के जगह में जाके बात करनी है, एम्पैथी से, उसके जगह में बैठ के तब आप बात करो. I have some other questions here coming up on my screen.
Dr.
So
Suman,
I
can I have one?
Yeah, बताइए जरूर.
What I have seen that with teenager daughters, we usually have conflict related to food, or eating habits, or sleep deprivation, or a little bit of discipline in their life. And many times I have seen that it goes very far, because we try to make them understand, and they are like, no, you don't understand. You people are from all together different generation. And obviously I would like to add the obsession to their gadgets, mobile, laptop. So what do you suggest? How should we like smartly handle these kind of situations?
मैं बिल्कुल, I can really understand your problem. शुक्र है, when my daughters were growing up, now they are all grown up. One is in New York, one is in Amsterdam. And thank God ये इतना ज़्यादा obsession नहीं था gadgets के साथ, तो parenting बहुत मुश्किल हो गया आजकल के ज़माने में, बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल हो गया. So पूरी मेरी हमदर्दी है इस बात पे, and I think, और as a mother you want to discipline in the sense कि उनके भले के लिए. So मुझे तो लगता है कि you have to find some common ground somewhere. कि भाई अब बेटी, even my daughter, when she was growing up, she was a teenager. I was hoping मैं इसको तो डीप फ्रीज में बंद कर दूं. जैसे हम लोग शॉपिंग करने जाते थे, कहीं कि अच्छा माँ कौन सी स्कर्ट लूं, मैं कहूंगी लो, दूसरी वाली लेती थी, वो नहीं लेती थी कभी. So बिल्कुल she wanted to go against, and in fact the stronger the mother, the more they want to rebel. एक तो ये है ना जी, ये भी इनकी, अगर आप स्ट्रॉन्ग औरत हैं, they want to rebel even more, because they want your जगह कि भी मैं भी स्ट्रॉन्ग हूँ, आप चलो प्रोफेसर हो तो क्या हुआ, मैं भी कम नहीं हूँ, आपकी बेटी हूँ. तो ये उनके अंदर साइकोलॉजी है. तो मेरा तो ख्याल है इसमें आपको अपना वल्नरेबिलिटी दिखानी है कि बेटा बहुत मुश्किल है आजकल के ज़माने में, ये इतना एक्सपोजर होता है, आपको सब कुछ होता है. और मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि तुम ये ना करो, वो ना करो. अगर मैं कोई बात कह रही हूँ, आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू डिसिप्लिन यू एनीथिंग. खुद सोचो. जैसे अब एटलीस्ट मैंने तो हमेशा देखा, मेरी नानी दादी सब 4 बजे उठ जाते थे, उठ के नहाना धोना, फिर पूजा पाठ, फिर नहा के चौंके में.
लेकिन अभी
Getting up at 4
लेकिन मैम अभी तो सोचो 4 बजे हैं.
So I think, and it's very unhealthy. Before sunrise you must get up. ये उल्टा हो गया है. जैसे रात बढ़ती है, लोगों की आंखें बड़ी बड़ी हो जाती हैं, जैसे सूरज छोटी हो जाती हैं. So I think ये तो एक जरूर है, but I feel कि बड़ा अपने, I think किसी तरह से एम्पैथी करके, जैसे हर चीज में मना ना कीजिए, जो मुद्दे की चीजें हैं उसमें कीजिए, बल्कि ये भी कहो कि तुम मेरी जगह होती तो क्या करती, कल तुम्हारी बेटी थी, बड़ी होगी तो क्या करोगी. ट्राई टू गेट देयर, हमदर्दी in some way. अब कोई like discipline is a very general thing ना. तो I think मेरा तो ख्याल है कि आजकल की जनरेशन को हर चीज में ना टोका जाए, जो मुद्दे की चीजें उसमें भी अपने को वल्नरेबल बनाकर, जैसे मैंने आपको कहा ना कि भी एक था कि we're always late, दूसरा था नहीं, whenever we've had the meeting you have not been able to come on time. तो यहाँ पे भी आप कहो बेटा जब आप ऐसे करती हो तो मुझे बहुत घबराहट होती है, मुझे थोड़ा ऐसी चिंता हो जाती है, so please can you do this for me, or if you're in my place what would you suggest to your daughter tomorrow. इस तरह से ना, है ना. अब यहाँ पे किसी और का आ रहा है कि this husbands also always drink, so how to get through this negative thing. So I don't know, empathy is the key answer. और हर चीज पे ना टोकना, हमेशा अपने, देखिए जी आप ट्रांसफर कर सकती है कॉन्फ्लिक्ट उनको और जिम्मेवारी भी देकर.